I've been discriminated against because I'm blind, not because I work with a guide dog, but simply because I have a disability. I received an email from a modelling agency that I subscribed to about a couple of years ago. They're looking for new models for the summer, all ages, all sizes, and I thought, great. Only a few days ago I had a proper professional makeup session, and I was like, yeah, I could use this picture. I had loads of people say it looked really, really nice. Popped over my photo and it said success. Within literally seconds of me submitting that, success, someone will be in touch. It kind of really made me feel quite positive and upbeat. And then I got a text saying, hi, it's Barry from Commercial Models, and we really like your photo and would like to invite you in for a photo shoot. Can you read the email I've just sent and call me back? At the time I was quite busy with meetings, and I replied, is it possible if we can book for something for Monday? He was really persistent actually, and when I looked at my missed calls, he had called quite a few times before, so he was, I think, really, really keen on speaking to me. He called me anyway, so I did answer the call. We had a chat about modelling and whether I'd done any previous modelling before. He said that I sound quite positive and quite smiley. I said that I've always liked fashion. I like putting clothes together. I like the textures, I like styles, I like to be on trend. One moment he was talking about what would happen on a shoot and how they would get me to be in different positions and different shots, and that it might take a few attempts to do that, and then that I would need to bring in between 5 and 7 outfits, and have I got and a range of different sorts of things, and I said yes, I've got loads. And he went through, you need maybe swimwear, beachwear, sportswear, any like casual smart evening wear, and I was like, yes, I do, I have all of this. Because we were getting to the point where we were talking about dates and looking at contracts, he was, I think, quite shocked, because I said, yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell from the photo, would you? He was like, no, I'm gobsmacked. His reaction had gone from being really outgoing and really positive to something quite negative and distant, and he didn't really want to push it forward. At the point where we were looking at contracts, he's like, oh, but you know, obviously because you can't see, you know, you're not going to be able to read the contracts. I did explain that I use technology to enable me to be able to read documents. Then he said, I'm not a senior manager at this point, I need to go and speak to my boss about this. 5 minutes later, the phone rang and it was Barry. He said, well, it's a no. And I said, why? And he said, well, the commercial industry, quote unquote, are assholes, disabilities not really on their agenda. He was just fluffing his words, and at this point I just felt numb. I didn't even know how to respond. The fact is, they liked my image, they like my face, but my disability doesn't fit. He then said that he'd spoken to his manager and that he can send me an email with some links to agencies that cater for disabled people. Oh, I felt like a screwed up piece of rag. I can do the job, clearly they want me, clearly my face is okay, clearly the photos that I sent were good enough for them to be able to make contact with me and be persistent in calling. That is upsetting, to think that someone is that shallow to not give me an opportunity that they would have otherwise done. It's a really closed industry, and it made me feel completely worthless, humiliated. And I came away, just sat and I did cry, I'm going to admit, I did cry. I want modelling to be open for all people.